How you doing? I'm Matt. Today I want to show you how easy it is to install that ductless DIY mini split in a garage. This thing is awesome. Be sure to stick around at the end of the video because I'm going to show you how long it takes to actually cool the space down from in the mid 90s down to a comfortable temperature, as well as how well it regulates the temperature over a given period of time. And it's really hot here in Arkansas, as you can see here. So this is the next week's heat index temperatures here in South Arkansas. It gets extremely hot in the summer times. The heat index is well over 105 every single day, and this mini split is almost essential if you're in the garage or in the workshop for long periods of time. So I bought this Mr. Cool DIY ductless mini split. This is a 24K version. I'm not sponsored in this video at all. I decided to go with this one because it was bigger, and I thought, just go big or go home. I know that a 12 or even an 18K would probably have been more than enough for the space, but I wanted to get one that was big enough that it wasn't gonna have to work extra hard to keep it cool or warm in the winter. Now, this is a DIY job where we could do it ourselves, except for the electrical, and I hired that out because I don't wanna die from electricity shocking me. I just don't. I don't like electricity, I don't mess with electricity. If I can't plug it in and unplug it, I don't touch it. As I've shown you, it is extremely hot here. You're gonna see me sweating like a woodworker out of wood. So the first order of business is actually cleaning out this corner so I can have access to that upper corner there. The reason I chose that wall is because it has direct access to the exterior of the house right behind that. What I'm doing here is I'm going ahead and attaching the mounting plate to the wall. I found 2 studs behind there and was able to screw into the studs so that it's actually really secure on the wall. So I attached one side first, use the level that mounting plate up, and then attach the other side into the stud, and then check the level again. Once that's mounted, I'm looking to drill that 3.5-inch hole to pass the piping from the interior to the exterior unit, and I was so convinced that the template wasn't included that I said this. Again, thank you, Mr. Cool, for no template. But I soon figured out that I owed Mr. Cool an apology. Well, we found the template. It was laying like this, and we couldn't see that, so now we got it. And I almost drilled the hole on the left. Don't do that. Once I got the template set up, I just drilled a 3.5-inch hole into the wall all the way through to the outside. What a hole! Daylight, you really did it. That's a little scary, putting a hole inside of your house, really. Thank you for letting me put a hole in the house. I got up on the ladder and actually marked this insert so that I know where to cut it, brought it back in and cut it to length. That booty does. It'll hurt your arm.
It's gonna hold me?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Positive. Think I'd put you in danger? Teamwork make the dream work, baby. I'll be back after a while. I love you. Fish that through there. Yeah, go ahead and start fishing it through.
This goes to the out?
Yep. A lot of robot.
Baby, hold on. Text Mo and tell her to come out here. Don't come up. I'm going to be really mad if you don't.
Why?
Text her to come up and stand behind me.
I'm good.
Do it. Now.
Hello?
Come outside, hurry, we need your help.
What in the world are you doing? Do not let your day fall backwards.
So once we got all the team members in place, we lifted it up and it just actually hangs onto that bracket and snaps in place super easy.
Is it hooked?
Yeah, it's cooked. It ain't going nowhere. Poof! Yeah! Yeah, you left that part out.
No, I didn't. I told you about that part and you ignored me.
Come on now. Let's be honest with each other.
All this stuff.
What's all that? Y'all believe she puts up with me? Well, I don't either. That's why I got you out here reading it. Woo! I already did all this. No, I didn't. Now, remove the cover. Already know what to do next. Go turn those things that way. Once the interior unit's hung, you just go out to the outside and unroll this supply piping. I put on this collar and then started actually connect the drain line, and then these 2 refrigerant lines. I was careful and bent them down facing the ground and started connecting the lines. They're easy. There's no way to mix match these. They're 2 different sizes, so you can't accidentally put one in the wrong place. And they're really easy, a couple of adjustable wrenches and everything tightens up. So Miss 731 had this awesome idea of using this old skateboard to transport the unit around to the side of the house, which is awesome because I didn't know what we were going to do. Want you to do some sweet tricks?
No.
Like I used to, back when I was a...
Get off of that. Good night.
Then I just mounted it to this plastic base that I got off of Amazon. I'll drop a link in the description below to all this stuff if you're interested. Then you connect the refrigerant lines to the outside unit. It's the same thing. They're two different sizes. You can't mess this up, and just tighten them up until they're snug. Now it's time for the electrician to go to work, and this is a good friend of mine, Mr. Scott. He came over and helped me run the wires. He did run the wires and wired it all up, and we put it in conduit so that it's more protected. So he's gonna install a 30 amp breaker inside. Now I've got to crawl in the attic and try to push this fish stick down into the breaker box so that we can pull the wires necessary. I go up here and stay for about 5 minutes until Mr. Scott realizes that he sent someone very incompetent to do this, so he has to come up and do it himself. Sorry, Mr. Scott. So he comes up there, helps me out. We're in there for about 5 more minutes and come back down and catch our breath. It was extremely hot in there, and you see here I'm struggling. I got to go back up there. I'm taking this wire up there to pull extra wire for a dust collector I have coming soon. Now I was up there for about 10 minutes that time. When I come back down, I had to grab me some of this fan and get cooled off. So Mr. Scott installed a disconnect switch out by the exterior unit so that it can be disconnected for servicing later, or if it needs to be cleaned or anything like that. He went ahead and wired up the unit as the instructions told us, and then he also added the power from the breaker box. Then I opened up the refrigerant line valve so that it fills everything up and gets everything ready to go. So I actually took this hairspray bottle and dumped out the contents and put soapy water in there, spray those connections and see if any bubbles show. If any bubbles show, you have a leak. I did not, thankfully. And please don't tell Miss 731 I dumped out her stuff. So the next thing to do is seal up all of these holes. I took some silicone sealant and sealed up where the electrical and where the refrigerant lines come out. So the next thing I did is took some spray foam and filled up this giant hole because I don't want no critters or son-in-laws coming in. I have heard if son-in-laws get in the house, they don't leave. So it was 93 degrees when we started the unit up, and I want to see how long it takes to cool it down to a manageable temperature. So in approximately 4 hours, it brought it from 93 degrees to 77 degrees. So right now, the heat index is 108 degrees with a maximum heat index of 110 today. And I'm extremely comfortable in here. If you can see, the temperature right here behind me is actually about 76 degrees Fahrenheit. With that actually is set on 80. So it's actually a little cooler in here than that's actually set on. However, that thing's up a little higher. Of course, it's getting a little more heat up high than it is down low. So it's regulating the temperature extremely well. So I've left the mini split on for about 48 hours now to see how it would regulate the temperature in the garage. It's 108, 110 degree heat index out there. We're in an extreme heat wave. So I wanted to see how it would handle that. It's doing awesome. As you can see, it's about 72 to 74 degrees in here, 72 now. It's fluctuating 72 to 74 depending on if the unit is actually on. I have the unit set at 80 and it's been set at 80 for the last 48 hours. It's doing good. I'm gonna be quiet and walk over there and let you hear how much actual noise it doesn't make. It's like a really low hum. It's blowing air. You can actually hear the air on the microphone now. But right here beside it, it's like super quiet. I have seen some other people like Jay Bates put filter boxes above them to actually add some extra filtration. I will likely do that too, especially until I can get my proper dust collection and air filtration unit from Laguna, which I have on order. I like that it has the LED readout on there. I like that it has a remote control that has all the settings you would need to operate it. I also like that it has an LCD screen on there that gives you all the information, temperature, fan speed, and what mode it's in, whether that be cool or heat. If you want to use a mobile app to control the mini split, all you have to do is install the included USB stick, and then you'll set that up in the app. So with the Mr. Cool app, I can actually control my mini split from my phone. So I can actually set the temperature just by sliding it to whatever temperature I want. It gives me the temperature in the room, or actually at the mini split right now. I can change the settings from cool, I can change the fan speed, and I can turn the heat on. I can change the fin that actually it'll in position 1, 2, or 3, or it'll oscillate, which I prefer. I can turn the power off just hitting that button, and then if you hit the little click up there, you can turn the turbo boost on, which basically turns the fan on higher. What's also awesome, and one of the main things I really wanted in this, is I can actually set up schedules. So I can program this to power on or off at a certain time, cool it off or heat it up depending on the season, and then it'll be comfortable when I walk in the room. It'll tell you when the air filter needs to be cleaned. So the app is actually really useful. I'm actually going to get one of the covers from Amazon that cover the pipes, and that way everything gets tidied up. All in all, this was a really easy install, but I didn't do the electrical. So originally when I bought the mini split or was thinking about installing a mini split, my idea was that I would install it, and then when I come out here to work that I would turn it on, and then otherwise it would be off. So my thinking, unless I'm wrong, please comment and let me know. My thinking is it will be more efficient if I just leave it, even if it's at a higher temperature at 80 or 85, and just let it regulate the temperature in here at all times. It won't have to work as hard as if I have to come out here for 4 or 5 hours to work, and it has to, by the time it all gets to regulated, then I'm going back in. So that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Hey, thank you for watching. Click that box right there. It's going to take you to the next set of videos. Clicking that box earns you a big old virtual fist bump. If you don't click that box or this box, you don't get the fist bump. So be sure and click that box. See you on the next one.